In November of 2021, voters passed the nation's first right to food amendment to the Constitution. It allows Mainers to harvest food of their choosing.
State lawmakers are now considering a bill that would allow cannabis and hemp be recognized as food protected by that amendment. It would also eliminate a number of regulations on medical and personal use.
Patients say the legislation is key to protecting their medicine, while regulators say it would crush the market. News Center Maine's Vivian Lee has more from Augusta.
Samantha Brown's daughter Kaylee has Dravet syndrome, a rare and severe form of epilepsy resistant to most medications. But medical cannabis has greatly reduced her seizures for nearly 10 years.
We have much more quality of life. We can go places. We're not stuck to our house 24/7.
Brown extracts her daughter's medicine, which she ingests from a tincture from cannabis plants grown by a caregiver. But she says an increasingly overregulated market threatens Kaylee's access to the medicine she needs. That's why she helped write a bill that would recognize cannabis and hemp as food protected under the Right to Food Amendment under the Constitution.
I just want to make sure that I always have the ability to grow her medicine. Will the government be telling people what they are allowed to eat?
Brown patients and medical caregivers testified in favor of LD 1686 before the Joint Standing Committee on Veterans and Legal Affairs earlier this week. Derek Shirley relies on cannabis for his ADHD, and he's also an advocate.
Give them their right to do it. Let them do it.
The bill's sponsor, Senator Eric Brakey, says cannabis and hemp would be grown for personal use and sales are not permitted. He also called into question existing laws regulating cannabis if lawmakers approve recognizing it as food.
Is it constitutional to limit the number of plants an individual can possess, cultivate, transport, or transfer without remuneration?
The bill drew strong opposition from the Maine Municipal Association, which called the legislation an attempt to insert the legality of cannabis into the Constitution.
And seek this proposal as an attack on our democracy and the will of their voters in communities that have not opted in to allow cannabis businesses to operate.
While regulators say the bill would harm licensed cannabis operations.
This is not hyperbole. Rather, it's the natural consequence of letting any person with access to the state of Maine cultivate an unlimited amount of cannabis without oversight from any part of the state government.
The bill has been referred to a work session that could take place in the next several weeks. In Augusta, Vivian Lee, News Center, Maine.